Man, we starting this video. Shout out to DeAndre Ayton, man, for having a ball game. The game-winning alley-oop dunk. What a play by Monty Williams. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Like, I would never lie to y'all. I was calling out the alley-oop, like, before. Like, as soon as I seen where they were inbounding, how much time was left, I'm like, the oop would be perfect, especially if Zubac was on the court. And the play that Monty Williams drew up was absolutely, it was beautiful. It was an amazing play. Shout out, Devin Booker hit Zubac with an amazing screen. This game got me hyped, man. This game got me hyped. I'm turned up right now. The Phoenix Suns up 2-0. What a game this was. They really stole one from the LA Clippers, man. And I'm here to talk about it. Be sure to leave a like, subscribe if you are new. It's a channel where we talk about NBA basketball, so if you love hoops, this is the place for you. And we're starting out this Monty Williams, man. Monty Williams not being afraid to draw up a great play. Even though he didn't have any timeouts left, he got a free timeout because the review was so long. He had a chance to really draw up a great play. And if y'all been around, I criticize coaches when they're afraid to draw up plays in critical moments. And Monty Williams was not scared to draw up no play, man. He drew up an amazing play down the stretch with 9/10 of a second left. Shades of Tyson Chandler, shades of Dwight Howard, the alley-oop right at the buzzer, DeAndre Ayton. I mean, the pass by Jay Crowder was absolutely perfect. I mean, he put it right at the basket. I mean, the ball pretty much was like already going in. DeAndre Ayton just had to go and dunk it. It was an amazing play, amazing execution by the Suns players. And now they're up 2-0, stealing a game away from the Clippers when it looked like the Clippers were going to take this game down the stretch. The last 2 minutes of this game was like a decade long. I'm not going to lie. It was like a decade long, bro. I felt like I was sitting there watching this game the last 2 minutes for like at least like 30 minutes. The last 2 minutes felt so extended. There was like 4 or 5 reviews down the stretch. After the Ayton dunk, they was reviewing, and then there's no timeout, so you can't make substitutions. So they're trying to figure out who should be on the court. If y'all know Scott Foster, if you're a basketball fan, you know who Scott Foster is. It was just a Scott Foster type environment. That's all I'm gonna say, man. I'm not gonna throw him under the bus too much. It was a Scott Foster type of environment. There were some Scott Foster type calls down the stretch too, like the play where Patrick Beverley knocked the ball out of Devin Booker's hands, but they just micro-analyzed the replay so much, like, oh, it touched Devin Booker's hand last. I mean, sometimes instant replays. This is a quick rant. Sometimes instant replay, of course, is very good. You want to get the plays right, but sometimes you're overthinking it too much, man. Sometimes it just gets down to like, this ain't even basketball anymore. So I just wish Jeff Van Gundy, Mark Jackson made a very good point. They shouldn't have the chance to go to the monitor that many times in the final 2 minutes. They went 4 or 5 times in the last 2 minutes. Referees, I know you want to get everything right, but you got to do better sometimes. It ripped up the flow of the game. The game was flowing so well down the stretch, and it kind of ripped up the flow of the game, but we still had an amazing finish. I know Paul George is going to get a lot of heat because he missed 2 free throws. 2 free throws when they were up 1 going into, I think it was like the last 9 seconds of the game. He missed 2 free throws, but I'm here to defend Paul George. I'm here to defend him. Of course, you miss your free throws. He had a bad night shooting from the free throw line. Didn't really have a great night shooting overall until the fourth quarter. You're a superstar player. You're a very good free throw shooter. PG, you got to hit your free throws. You know this. I know he knows it. And, those prove to be critical shots. But without Paul George, they're not in the position to even win this game heading into the final 9 seconds, into the final possession. They're not even having a chance to win this game because he was so big in the fourth quarter. Him, Luke Kennard were really the catalyst in the fourth quarter. Shout out to Luke Kennard, Ohio native. I think he had 10 points in the fourth quarter when he was pretty much unplayable down the stretch in game 1 because of the defense. But he did a very good job, I think, really on both sides. They were trying to pick on him, but he's doing a good job forcing the ball handler into help situations. So shout out to Luke Kennard for having a very good fourth quarter. And PG, he didn't shoot the ball well in the first 3, but in the fourth quarter, he really did step up, hit some big shots down the stretch. Did miss the 2 free throws. That's what everybody's going to focus on. But without Paul George, they're not in the position to win this game to steal this game too. And it's tough for the Clippers now being down 2-0 for the 3rd series in a row. That's just asking so much of this team. And this is the best team that they faced so far. Even without Chris Paul, this is still the best team that they have faced so far. So they have a very uphill battle to climb going back to LA for game 3. But still, Reggie Jackson, he's still been playing pretty lights out for real. Patrick Beverley took the Devin Booker assignment and played phenomenal defense all game long. D-Book struggled. He hit timely big shots just as Paul George did, but he really did struggle. He struggled to really find any rhythm. I think he was like 5 for 16 on the night. But Devin Booker's the type of player he's not going to force up shots if his shot's not really going. He knows how to defer to others and let the playmaking role come to him. And he did that tonight. That's why guys like Cam Payne really stepped up big time, man. Every time I see something about Cam Payne, it's like I can't believe this dude was pretty much out of the league a year ago, and now he's starting in the conference finals and having a big game. I think he had 29 points in this game, if I'm not mistaken. He had a big-time game, and he was hitting just crazy scoop layup after scoop layup and hitting jumpers. I mean, he was just having a great game. Really, he seemed like once he gets downhill, it seemed like he was pretty much unstoppable, and they had a hard time finding an answer for Cam Payne. I mean, yeah, he had 29 points, 12 of 24 shooting, had 9 assists too. Cam Payne really stepped up on the night where Devin Booker was struggling. So shout out to Cam Payne for having a big-time game, man. Former lottery pick. It's hard to believe the career trajectory that he's had because, lottery pick didn't really get much time playing behind Russell Westbrook. Then he goes to Chicago, looked at as like one of the worst players in the league, falls out of the league, and now he's back playing productive basketball, starting in the conference finals since Chris Paul's out, and having a big-time game, man. Big shout out to Cam Payne. Dang, I'll always be knocking my mic over, man. But, hey, DeAndre Ayton, we're back to him, 24-14, man. Just the amount that he has improved just as his season has gone on, man, it's been incredible. And I feel like his confidence is getting higher and higher as these playoffs go along. And to now, he just looks like he's one of the most dominant players on the court. And you love to see that from DA, man. Not just, getting easy buckets off of pick and roll opportunities. I've seen him, hit some face-up jump shots in this game. He was taking guys into the post and making shots. Big-time game, 12 for 15 shooting. I think he's shooting like 72% in the postseason, so he's been as efficient as it gets. Big shout-out to DA. Of course, he had the game-winning dunk, but he was just making big plays, and he's not getting picked on the defensive end, even when the Clippers decide to go small. He's not getting picked on at all. So big shout-out to DA, man. Also, Dario Saric came off the bench. Play productive minutes. Cam Johnson, my Carolina boy, 5 of 5 off the bench. Big time game from him. Just very impactful 24 minutes that he played. Big shout out to him. E'Twaun Moore even got some backup point guard minutes, and he was solid when he was on the floor. It's weird seeing him on the court in a conference finals game, but of course with the Chris Paul injury, they need a little more guard play. And he stepped up and he played solid basketball, man. So this Phoenix Suns team, they're deep. Everybody that comes on the court, they contribute. They play really well. So this is a big time win, man. They stole one on their home court because, quite frankly, a game when D-Book doesn't play that well, and then, down the stretch, it just seems like nothing's going your way, and they're able to steal this game. Once again, Monty Williams drawing up one of the better inbounds play that you'll see in a late game situation, man. I love a coach that's not afraid to just draw up a play, bro, because a lot of times you see them just, let their superstars, ride it out. And, Monty Williams ain't like that, man. He used both of his timeouts down the stretch to try and set up a play. And he got the free timeout due to the review. And he made the most of it, man. Big time game. As for the Clippers, man, it's just, like I mentioned, it's tough seeing this team go down 0-2 once again. But the silver lining is that they're not in an unfamiliar situation. They're in a very familiar spot. Already being down 2-0 twice, but the difference is you don't got Kawhi Leonard, at least for the foreseeable future as far as we know. Kawhi's not playing. Hopefully he does get back on the court in this series, but, you're going back to L.A. Chris Paul might be back. Chris Paul might be back for Game 3. If not, I'm pretty sure he will be back for Game 4. But, you got Chris Paul coming back. You got reinforcements for the Suns coming back. And, they want to get this series over and done with, man. We know Phoenix, they don't really play with their food, man. They get in and out. So it's critical game 3 for the Clippers. And I think, Ty Lue, he made the adjustments this game. Ty Lue really made the adjustments. He went with Patrick Beverly on Devin Booker, and they were pretty much, playing hard help on Devin Booker all game, which was why they did such a good job of keeping him out of a rhythm, man. And it's just it's tough. It's really tough that they did not get this win, man. It was just a couple free throws from making it more difficult for the Suns. It's really just the small things, man. I know this game could be a crusher, but silver lining, you're going home back to LA where you've played really well over the last, at least back to the Utah series. You guys play really well at home, and you'll probably get better production from some guys at home. Marcus Morris has kind of been struggling all postseason long. You'd hope to get more production from him. Terrence Mann was okay today, but it seems like he's a lot more of a much more confident player at home. It definitely seems like that. Only 19 minutes from him when he's been playing, pretty heavy minutes since, the middle of the Utah series. I would expect him to get more burn over these next 2 games for sure. But yeah, man, shout out to the Suns. Y'all know me. I've been giving the Suns team the utmost credit all season long. It's been one of my favorite teams to watch, if not my favorite. Chris Paul is one of my favorite players, so of course I want to see the Suns team succeed. But I still think, given what these 2 teams got, this is still going to be a good series, man. I don't think the series is over. I think the coaching matchup is really good. I'm sure Ty Lue's going to come with his adjustments, and this Clipper team has so much. They're playing with so much heart and just the mindset that they have nothing to lose. And I really like the way that they've been playing. Guys have really been stepping up, and I would expect them to go home and put out one of their best games in Game 3. But, the Suns are not going to roll over for sure, and they're going to try and get that commanding 3-0 lead, man. So, definitely excited for the rest of the series, man. Yeah, if you I feel like I've said this after, the last 3 games that I've recapped. But if you missed this game, you missed the ball game, bro. This was a very good game. Just except for the excessive replays down the stretch. But this was a very, very good game. And I really enjoyed this one. Shout out to DeAndre Ayton stepping up. Shout out to Monty Williams for drawing up some great plays, making some great adjustments. And Jay Crowder made the perfect pass. He made the perfect pass. Shout out to all those guys. Shout out to the Suns for finding a way to win this game, man. And now they're up 2-0. 2 games away from the NBA Finals. Let's see if they can do it, man. Let's see if hopefully Chris Paul, Kawhi comes back so we see these teams at full strength. And maybe we can get a really good series out of this one. But, these first 2 games, Clippers have been right there. They've been right there. They've just been unable to just, push themselves over the hump just a little bit, man. They've just been a little bit short in these first 2 games. But now the next 2, very critical. But they've been in this position before. 2 games at home, man. The Suns handled their business at home. The series hasn't started yet. They protected home court. Now it's time for the Clippers to protect their home court. Or maybe the Suns start the series and win a road game, man. We'll definitely see. I'm going to be here to talk about it too, man. Leave a like, subscribe if you are new. I'm here to talk about all things playoff basketball, man. Shout out to the Detroit Pistons for winning the lottery too, man. I ain't forget about y'all. Detroit basketball, man. Kay Cunningham coming soon to Detroit. But I'll be back next time, y'all, with another one. Peace.